What's up, everybody? We are back for another episode of the Stereo Joe Show. I'm super excited. In-house tonight, I got Nick, of course, Nick the Viking, sitting right here to my left, and Hunter Dean, the one and only Sax Master. I'm so excited. We've been starting, if you know what I mean. We've already been pre-gaming. We are so excited. We got a great lineup tonight. We got Jason Macheska. He is the guitarist and the founder of Soul Satellite. He's coming up. Then next up, returning to the show, we got Austen Gray from Joker's Republic, who's set to go on tour tomorrow. So we're going to be talking to him before he ships out. And we also have Chris Ruben of the Chris Ruben Band on to tell us about their band and everything going on with them. We are super excited. We got 2 killer performances. You're not going to want to miss out. Talking about a lot of music. And, of course, we got Remy here. She couldn't make it here tonight because she's doing important stuff, but she is dropping in to say hello. We are so excited to have her. So, anyway, we got a music to kick this off. Nick, let's get this going. See you in a minute, guys.
And I'm so tired of the way you treat me, babe. You're always lying and keep your secrets from me. And I don't know why. You feel you gotta treat me this way, but one thing's for sure, I'm out to hit the door. I ain't putting up with your shit no more because I'm all dried up now. Oh, baby, I'm all dried up, lady. Whoa, I'm all dried up now. Oh, baby, I'm all dried up, lady. Ooh, girl, sit on touch, baby. Cause I'm so tired of playing your games. And you know them now. You try to string me along, but now. One thing's for sure, I'm out to hit the door. I ain't putting up with your shit no more because I'm all dried up now. Hey, yeah, I'm all dried up. Whoa, I'm all dried up now. Whoa, my brother, yeah. Hey, baby. I'm dry. Anybody ever been in a bad relationship? Ooh, so dry. You tried everything you could. You done gave them money. You done gave them time. And it just didn't work. No. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for Mr. Alex Durr on saxophone.
All right. Guys, let's bring in the couch cam. I know they're on your doing their thing, guys, but where's Remy? Get me to come back. No. Guys, I'm so excited to be back. It has been a minute. What are you two up to?
Dude, we're excited to be back too. It's been a while. It's I think the first time we have Hunter live on the show, right?
Yeah, I think I interviewed once, but yes, first time I made it to the pad.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You know, which means we're getting crazy tonight. No, but we're happy to have everybody here. It's just after Thanksgiving, so we're thankful for all of you that are joining us tonight. And we can't wait to show you who we have tonight. We have some new guests, a returning guest, and it's going to be great music all throughout the night.
Yeah, I'm excited. We have two new guests, which I'm really excited about, and of course, the returning guest, Austen. But first up, we have Jason hanging in the wings right now, and he's in a band called Soul Satellite. He is one of the founding members of it, plays guitar like me, so I know he's cool. Can't wait to talk to him about the band. But yeah, man, we got a lot of new music. But Hunter, you do a little bit of music right now, a little bit of jazz music going on. Playing a little bit of Christmas tunes, are you?
Yeah,
what are you doing?
I'm ending off the year with a couple jazz concerts. We're doing one on Monday at the Madison Arts Center, starting at 7:30. It's like a little dance show. And the 12th, we're doing like a church gig for the jazz band. And then I got a brass quartet on Christmas Eve.
Nice.
Then we're going to be getting back into like the wedding band scene next year, beginning.
Okay. Yeah, if people are listening, comment your favorite holiday songs. You know, there's a lot of great ones out there. And I don't know about you guys, but Trans-Siberian Orchestra is like one of the craziest ones out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just want to say right now, we have our guests are in the audience are putting up some really smart things. We have Casting Couch and Two Hoes. So I would really agree. You two are so smart. It's great to see you both. I'm so glad. So actually, I recently saw both Mateo and Caroline recently because I'm a true friend. Where were you two? Nowhere to be found. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Yeah.
But I saw them, and it was great to see you. I'm out too. Come back. No, but it was so exciting. And I'm excited to be back. Remy's going to be popping in sooner. Oh, she's right here right now. Let's get her on.
Remy!
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Sorry, my internet crapped out on me.
Hey, that's all right. What's been going
Faster
on?
internet. What?
What's been going on?
Not much. I wish I was there with you guys. I miss you all. Hi, Hunter.
Hey, Remy, how you doing?
Good. You?
I can't complain.
Rem, we wish you were here too, but it's okay. We know you're going to ask your insightful questions. Hey, hey, you remember a couple episodes ago, we had our boy Sean Austen, the ghost hunter, on. Did you see? I've been meaning to ask you about this, Rem. Did you see he had a show on Netflix?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Nick, this show was up to like number 2.
Yeah.
What show is it?
It was 28 Days Haunted, and in the first week that it was out, it hit Netflix top 10 over their top 5 as well. It was 3 different teams experimenting the 28-day cycle of being exposed to paranormal like locations, and it was kind of crazy actually.
You watched it? Oh man, I might have to check it out. I don't know.
Dude, number 2 on Netflix at one point. So listen, we're trying to get him back on to get round 2.
All right, I'll be nice this time. I'll be nice.
And he's in. We just got to get a date down.
Yeah, he's the man. Sean, damn it. All right, listen, we got to roll. Listen, Rem, we love you, but I got my boy Jason waiting in the background. I got to get on. We're coming back to you, Rem, on the other side. Love you. Bye. Guys, enough of this casting couch cam, you sickos. I'll talk to you two a little bit later. I'm bringing on the main guest right now, Mr. Jason. All right, guys, what up? It's Stereo Joe Show. We're running 1 minute late, but it's okay because Jason said so. So anyway, guys, from the band Soul Satellite, I got the guitarist and one of the founding members, Jason Macheska. Please welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you doing?
Oh, dude, these guys are doing bad things backstage, so we're having a lot of fun. So yeah, we're excited to have you on. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Soul Satellite?
Okay, yeah, I'm going to tell you pretty much everything as quickly as I can. We accomplished a lot as a band. I'm proud of some things very much that I'll get to after we watch some of the video clips. But you know, I'm doing this interview alone because we have 5 members. We've done interviews in the past where, you know, it looked like the Brady Bunch intro, and we're all like interrupting and trying to. It just didn't work. So you're gonna get the real story, one-on-one, and I'll start with how I picked the band members. I got this idea. I wanted to do a band that was a little bit like maybe Southern rock, kind of like. I was inspired by Blackberry Smoke a little bit, if you're familiar. But I wanted it to be Blackberry Smoke with a little more edge. And I decided when I picked my band members, I didn't want to pick your typical musicians who, you know, let's be honest, like a lot of musicians are selfish. They don't have any money. Like they're broke. They live in their mom's basement. They're broke, and they have huge egos.
I'm not my mom's basement.
So it's a common thing. But I said I want something different. I want to pick guys that have great attitudes. They play well, and they have some money to invest. So we don't have to worry. We could do what we want to do. We invest our own money, and everything's cool. We'll make our own videos. Blah blah blah. So I handpicked guys like my other guitar player, Aaron. He owns a Sick Boy Tattoo in Montrose, Pennsylvania. He does very well. So he had, you know, the gear. He's got the looks. He's got a big heart. He's a great guy. He was perfect. Our singer, Tyler, phenomenal voice. I mean, we have a local award ceremony. He's won it the past few years for Best Male Vocalist. And there's a lot of musicians out of the Scranton, Pennsylvania area, but he just trumps everybody. He's really got a great voice. My drummer, Steve, I've known him for a very long time. We've played in a lot of projects together. Great guy, very dependable, heart of gold. I love the guy. And our bass player, Aaron, knew. I met Joey through this project. Aaron knew him forever. He said, okay, let's bring this guy in. So everyone worked well together. It didn't necessarily end up being the Southern rock thing I was envisioning, because when you got other artists involved, you know, it organically becomes something different, and you have to be willing to let that happen. So I did. It just became what it was meant to become. The first song we put out was called Shindig. Now, one thing that's unique is we never use a word or phrase from a song as the title. So Shindig is never mentioned in the song. That's just kind of the theme we started going with. So let's just do something different. So Shindig, that's the most Southern rock song we have. This is the album, by the way. Self-titled album. It was recorded at Republic Audio Studio in Clark Summit, Pennsylvania. A good friend of mine from childhood, Clyde Rosenkrantz, owns the studio. He's very knowledgeable. He's a very good engineer. So he helped me with the first song. And something about the first song, before my drummer Steve was even involved, I had asked him if he wanted to join the project. He kind of was a little, he said, I don't know if I'm in the mood to get into something right now. So we laid down some scratch tracks. My guitars. I'm also a drummer. So I laid down a drum track, and I showed it to him, and he goes, damn, this is good. He said, I want in. But Steve has no ego. So the drums I laid down, he said, were good. He said, I'm only going to do as good as you did. So let's not waste the time. Just keep those. So what you hear on this first recording, you know, all of the rhythm guitars, me, and the drums are me. Clyde from the studio actually played the slide lead on the song. And we have a video clip to show. I'll tell you a little bit about it after we check it out, but short little clip of Shindig.
All right, let's go to that. We got that ready now. Nick, you ready?
Yeah, should have just shared extra funky. There we go.
Okay, we're going to be right back.
That is actually not the Shindig clip. That's a different clip, and that's okay. I'm going to roll with it. So that clip is actually our song Tailgate, a live performance. I'll shift gears. So Tailgate, what you heard there, our live performance, we started playing the song. We didn't even have the lyrics written. So if you listen to Tyler in that and put it up again,
Hey, Jason, can you hear me? Because I don't know if we can hear you. Can anybody confirm in the chat if you can also hear Jason right now? I think your audio might have just cut out. If you can try to back out and come back in, and we'll reset this and we'll get the next video queued up and you can lead us into the next one. If you just hit exit studio and then just hit the same link to come right back in.
Oh, no.
Okay, so that was Jason from Soul Satellite. He's just gonna come back in and reset his audio, and we'll get to his next couple of songs because he's got a few music videos that are pretty awesome. And I might be jumping the gun on this one, but he did have a big hand in helping to direct and produce them. And I think that might be him coming right back in. So let's get him back into the stream. Hey, Jason, can you hear me?
yes,
Okay, perfect. I can hear you loud and clear, so we're back.
perfect.
Okay, so I apologize. I played the wrong video.
No problem.
I had them mislabeled. So can you tell us a little bit about that song particularly?
Yes. So the one you just played is that's called Tailgate. What you played was a live video that a company came and they would just kind of bounce around, record different bands, and make a little video. The funny thing about that was we didn't have the lyrics written at the time, so my singer just kind of was scatting and saying nonsense, and it turned out to be something they recorded and like put out, and we were like, oh no. So I have an actual video clip later of Tailgate, in its completed state. But that what you just heard there, we were just kind of winging it that night, and it just so happened that's what they recorded and put out, and it was kind of like, oh no, but it's just kind of funny.
And we heard a little bit of Pearl Jam kind of sound in there. I know you had mentioned Blackberry Smoke, which is very cool. Southern rock band that I think people, if they don't know them, should check out, but they should also check your music out as well. Look at some of the links up there going in a little bit. But I had mentioned a little bit to the audience while you were resetting your audio about how you had a hand in producing and directing some of the video work itself.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite when it comes to the ones that you helped create?
Yeah, definitely Shindig, because it was kind of my first ambition as far as helping to direct. I'd say 90 to 95% of the shots and scenes in the video I just came up with and helped set up, and camera angle, just who's where doing what. When the guy who recorded it for us and put it out, his name is Jeff Grant. He's become a good friend. I would literally leave work and go sit next to him and edit. Like, put this clip here. Let's have this fade into the next. And we had a whole layout. And then I ended up saying, I don't like it. Let's let's reverse it. Let's put this here and this here. And it actually flowed better. So it took a little trial and error. But honestly, the video, we put in so much, self work. That video only costs us $500 to make, which is really good for what it is. It looks good for $500.
Oh, that's actually pretty awesome to hear that. We do have the live version of Tailgate pulled up. Since we did jump the gun on the music video, we have that one pulled up.
Well, actually, what you played was the live version. So I think what you're going to play now is the video version.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
And we'll get that one going right now.
Okay, I'll tell you a little bit about it after we see it. Okay, so that's a clip from Tailgate. There's a lot I could say about that video. I'll try to do it really quickly. That one was more chaotic. Everyone threw out ideas. So the format of it and the storyline, it might be a little loose. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So with that one, like the kids in the video are our children. The vehicles, like the big yellow H2, it was mine at the time. The Gladiator was Aaron's. The orange muscle car was also Aaron's. We basically got permission to go to an airstrip, a small airport, and drag race on the strip. So there was tons of cool vehicles there and, motorcycles. It was a really fun day of filming, but it was probably our most like loose music video as far as a storyline, because I think there was too many hands involved, just too many ideas, and it didn't necessarily come together as good as the first two videos, but it is a fun video, and it was a great day for us. It was so much fun.
I have to agree, and I love the Michael Myers mask in the back. I think that was awesome, and the idea of having your kids film in on the instruments. But unfortunately, we are getting down to that time where it is the end of the interview. So if you want to shout anything out, tell people anything they should check out, any song specifically.
I do. So aside from the band itself and our music, the one thing Soul Satellite did that I'm most proud of is we got together and we actually created a live performance venue in the Scranton, Pennsylvania area. It's 2 years old at this time. It's in its second location, a bigger location in Oliphant, Pennsylvania. It's called the Keystone Stage. We do open mic every Monday where people can come and hone in their craft, poetry, comedy, music, whatever they want. Every Monday, there's signups online. We live stream it online. You can check out thekeystonestage.com or just check it out on Facebook. And it's a place for anyone that wants to be creative. And that's the thing I'm most proud of us accomplishing.
Awesome, especially in a time like this in the past 2 years where so many have closed down. It's an amazing thing. And I've honestly heard great things about the Keystone Stage. So I'm going to be proud looking the show because I would love to get there because Scranton's the place to go.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening.
It was a pleasure having you, Jason, and we'll definitely get you back on the show because I know there's so much more that we have to talk about, and we just barely scratched the surface with you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
You too.
Okay. And now next we have from New Jersey, Austen Gray. He is the singer and guitar player from Joker's Republic. They are a ska band out of New Jersey, and let's get him on the show because he's got some amazing things to talk about. Austen, how are you doing?
Hello. What's going on?
Welcome to the show. We're super excited. Yeah, there you go. Sorry about that. We're super excited to have you on the show. For the people who have not seen the episode with you on before, or maybe new to you or new to the show, can you tell us a little bit about the band and about yourself and how everything kind of got started?
Yeah, so I grew up in a punk rock household. I figured out very quickly that I wanted to do music for the rest of my life, but around the age of 15, 16, I rediscovered my love for ska punk through bands like Real Big Fish, Streetlight Manifesto, Less Than Jake, and just remembering that I was growing up on stuff like the Tony Hawk soundtrack and stuff like that. Yeah. I decided to start my first band and make it a ska band, and 7 years later, we're working with some people that, you know, if you had told me when I had started the band I'd be rubbing elbows with, I would have told you that you were totally lying. And we are just about to hit our West Coast tour coming up tomorrow. Actually, we're leaving for Boise.
And we're so excited that you took time out of your busy schedule to stop in and do the show, because I know preparing for a tour can be a lot to handle and a lot of things to think about. So what has your preparation for the tour been like so far?
Yeah, so it's been fun, to say the least. I've been in charge of a lot of the bookings and promotions, and 90% of those have been fulfilled. So we're excited to announce the last two shows while we're driving out. They are kind of bigger shows for us too, so we're stoked on that. But for the most part, my role has been, you know, hitting up our friends from last time we went through in late 2019, early 2020, like right before the world shut down. Hitting up our friends being like, hey, we want to come back through. We have this new record that we've been working really hard on. We just hit the Midwest and we want to make sure it gets heard. Awesome. So can you help us? And amazingly, everyone was like, yes, we want to help. What can we do? Here's the lineup. Here's the venue. Like, we have some very awesome friends that I cannot wait to hang out with again in the coming weeks.
Yeah, if you're in the West or anywhere that Joker's Republic is coming through, definitely check them out because they're an amazing band. They sound just as great live as they do on the album. So this is your chance to catch them live in person. And can you tell us a little bit about the music that you're going to be touring this time around?
Yeah, so we just put out a new record 4 months ago called Necessary Evil, which I believe I debuted some of the songs here, which is produced by Roger from Less Than Jake. So, like,
so awesome.
It's been an incredible ride this last year, and the big thing for me personally is knowing that we're a smaller band, knowing that we're just starting out. Like, I don't want to let anybody down. So my first thought with the first leg of the tour was, let's go somewhere we've never been before. Cool, Midwest, right? And now, with the opportunity afforded to us thanks to our awesome fans on Indiegogo, we're going back to the West Coast for the first time in 3 or 4 years, and we are stoked to, you know, be bringing this music out and make sure that it gets heard.
Since you did the Midwest tour already, going into this next leg of your tour, what do you have with your mindset or anything that you know that you can do differently this time around that you may not have thought of on your first time going out with this particular set?
Well, we learned very quickly that waterproofing is important, especially when you're touring in a 2018 Kia Soul.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah, we obviously being a smaller band, like when we ask for donations from people, because I hate doing that, it's really just to take care of the things we need or assist us with taking care of the things we need to get out on the road. We do not have a van. Out of the three of us, I have the biggest car. So we managed to make it work last time, but we had this like Amazon Basics roof bag that we strapped to the top of the car. And we drove through Michigan in the middle of a rainstorm, and all of a sudden our merch bag that was carrying like some of the new shirts got very wet, and thankfully we were able to salvage a lot of it, and it wasn't irreparably damaged. But we definitely upgraded our waterproofing system this time to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Great thinking, and that's something people would not think going into the tour itself. And for any of you out there who go to live shows or local shows, please support the artist. Buying merch helps go a long way because, like Austen said, those kind of expenses that come up you aren't expecting, and all of that goes into the cost of doing the tour itself. So any support really does go a long way. And they don't want to hear me talk anymore. They're curious to hear about the songs you have prepared. So if you want to lead into the first song, and then after the first song, and just tell us about the second one and go right into it,
Sure.
We'd love to hear what you have for us tonight.
Sure. So I'm going to be playing a couple of songs from the new record. Can you hear me okay? Everything coming through?
Oh, yeah.
Great. Okay. The first song is one of the album tracks that I did not expect to have as much of a following as it does, but when we play it at some of the new shows, it gets a very good response, and we've seen people using it on TikTok and all this stuff. By the way, at Joker's Republic, please follow us. Thank you very much. I'll shut up now and play some music. This song is called Gunpoint.
Shaky hands, short of breath, out of my comfort zone again. I'm no stranger to those awkward silences. That's how it's gonna stay, 'cause you don't wanna hear what I really wanna say. Give an inch, I take a mile, and it take a lot more than that. When you smile and tell me that you love me, I know that's not true. It's a figure of speech to you, but I wish it wasn't, so I don't feel like I have to lie to you. Gun to my head, get over it, and even if I really try, I'll be faced with my demise. Gun to my head, I'd make a mess, and as I fell, I'd say it's worth it, it's worth it. My mouth shut, tried to make do, never said a word of this to you, 'cause I had a hunch that you wouldn't be on board. I'd like to think that all is well, that I didn't make a fool of myself, but I don't know how much you know. You're not the first one of my friends who just tried to be nice to me, and I got mixed messages. Gun to my head, get over it, and even if I really try, I'll be faced with my demise. Gun to my head, I'd make a mess, and as I fell, I'd say it's worth it. To my head, get over you, and even if I really try, I'll be faced with my demise. Gun to my head, I'd make a mess, and as I fell, I'd say it's worth it, even if you never cared for me at all.
Thank you everybody so much watching. I think I was told to roll right into the second song, so we're gonna do that. This next song, in my opinion, is the best song I've ever written. It's the single off the new record. It's called Gin and Tonic.
Once upon a time there lived a not so happy couple of kids who thought they fell in love, and to that end they tried to commit. That commitment didn't come without a cost, so now we've gotta pay the price. We should've called it when we saw signs, we missed the hint. Tried to force the plot along when you should have quit. 2 steps down and face refresh room every night. The bruises that she gave me never healed right. When we were good, it was perfect. I never wanted anything more than what we had when things were good. But therein lies the problem. Things were really good between us, and if they were, the time was short. Cause she was sour like gin and a bitter like tonic. We mixed so well, but that don't mean we weren't toxic. You know it was bad when all our friends learned to stay away. She was sour like gin and a bitter like tonic. At least she had the guts to say she didn't want this. And it took some time to see that she was right. There's got to be a better life. There's got to be a better life. Always thought of fighting as a normal thing people did, because how else are you supposed to show you're invested? Spent a lot of time surrounded by an environment, so I'm numb to the consequence, I guess. She didn't treat me like a person very far from it. Said to her I don't think I was more than possession. Did I go from being super ultra mad at begging her to stick around? The hell was up with that? Oh, I'm not gonna claim I didn't make mistakes, but I'm not the only one who knew how to make a heart break. She was sour like gin and a bitter like tonic. We mixed so well, but that don't mean we weren't toxic. You know it was bad when all our friends learned to stay away. She was sour like gin and a bitter like tonic. At least she had the guts to say she didn't want this. And it took some time to see that she was right. There's got to be a better life. One drink too many can start blurring all the cross lines. One drink too many can exempt even the worst lies. One drink too many can make everything feel so fine. But one drink too many can destroy. One drink too many can start blurring all the cross lines. One drink too many can exempt even the worst lies. One drink too many can make everything feel so fine. One drink too many can destroy your mind. She was sour like gin and a bitter like tonic. We mixed so well, but that don't mean we weren't toxic. You know it was bad when all our friends learned to stay away. She was sour like gin and a bitter like tonic. At least she had the guts to say she didn't want this. And it took some time to see that she was right. There's got to be a better life. There's got to be a better life. There's got to be a better life. There's got to be a better life.
Woo! Yeah!
Hey, that's a different person.
Yo, bro. Dude, that was your best song. And, dude, I love the little riff on that. That was
Thank you.
killer, man. Really great job on that one. Definitely, man. I love
Thank you very much.
Whole band, too.
Yeah, no, that's definitely it's something that's been surreal for me, because that song is honestly, it's not even the most played one on the record, but every time I'll start it like this, just so everybody gets their notes, because we're a very vocal heavy band, so we like need to have that starting note, and I'll do just, and someone in the crowd will go, "Oh my God, gin and tonic!" And I'm just like, that's why I do this. Like, that's exactly the response that I always hope for when I play that song.
Honestly, that's such a great feeling. All right, let's bring in the couch cam. We
Couch
got
cam.
and we got Remy.
Hey.
Yo, I'm letting you three take over the show with Austen right now. I'll be just chilling here. See you later.
Be sharting in the background.
Hey, it's not a joke. I gotta go.
He's gotta change his undies. That was great, Austin. I really dug it a lot.
Thank you.
And that, I mean, the second song was fantastic, but I liked your first song. It had like a nostalgic feel to it from like when I used to listen to punk back into like the early 2000s. I was kind of feeling that vibe from it. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. That's definitely one that took a lot more of an emo twist than when I initially wrote it. But the one thing I try to keep intact when I do the intro of that one, I feel like it's very face to face in the inflection I'm using in my voice and stuff like that, and I try to make sure that vibe is always intact, even though the rest of the song has like a lot of big guitar harmonies and like halftime and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was cool. Thank you for sharing those.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think you guys have a great thing going with the band and your songwriting itself. Being that you're a smaller piece ska band, when sometimes they have horns or they have multiple guitars or whatever, what do you guys do to kind of make sure that you have that nice full sound going for it? Because you guys do nail it every time.
So there's a couple of things, because if there's ever going to be, I like being a three-piece because I feel like it makes us a lot more accessible to those people who don't really like ska, right? You get somebody who's like brand new to the genre and they walk out and they see a band that's got like 7 and 9 people in it and it's awesome. I love it. But like, if that person's coming off of like Blink-182 or MXPX or Green Day, like they're going to be a little overwhelmed at first. So when you see a band like us come out, that's very much just no BS, guitar, bass, drums, everybody sings. It's very easy to understand. So to answer the question of how we fill up the space, it's a couple of things. When I take guitar solos, my bass player flips on not only distortion, but he has an octave pedal that fills in some of the mid-range. And when I play, I hit really hard. Like, ask anybody who's ever met me. If I break a string at a show, it's very much not uncommon. I have to travel with 2 guitars at all times. But I hit, like, super hard to get extra harmonics out of the guitar. And every now and again, I'll throw in, like, some extra notes to fill up the chord a little bit. So, like, if I take, like, this kind of... And then I go... Right? So in the live setting, that fills up a lot of the extra space that would be taken up by the rhythm guitars on the track. And I think the best compliment I've ever gotten, we had covered We Will Fall Together by Streetlight Manifesto at a show. And minus the fact that there were no horns, someone came up to me and goes, if you didn't tell me there were 3 people up there, I would not have known.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a huge compliment, really.
Yeah. So that's really how we approach it is, you know, we try to fill up the space as much as we can on our own. On the tracks, you are hearing rhythm guitars and harmonies and stuff like that. But live shows, we have every song planned out pretty much where we can play it just guitar, bass, drums.
Do you ever use backing tracks?
Never.
Never.
We also don't use click tracks either. I know a lot of people who do. I get the benefits of it. But like the thing about Jokers that I feel like is part of our sound is the fact that it's very much no BS. Like, there's the requisite amount of fun you can have at a ska show with banter and intros and bits and all that fun stuff, right? But when it comes down to, like, the actual serious music, what you see is what you get, and that's very important to me.
No, I like the sound a lot, and you've been doing your thing for a minute now. It's really exciting. I'm glad to see you getting this big tour coming up. I'm super excited for you. How many miles are you doing in this thing?
Oh, gee, I don't know. We're going to Boise, Seattle, Portland, like 5 shows in California, Phoenix area, Las Vegas, Oklahoma, a couple shows in Texas, Gainesville, Baltimore, New York City to close it out. I'm probably missing 1 or 2 in there too because there's just a lot of them. But we're pretty much going down the entire West Coast, and we're driving out from Jersey tomorrow. So.
Yeah. Is there a venue you're most excited for?
Absolutely. Gilman Street.
Where's
924 Gilman Street in Berkeley, California. It's the punk rock spot to play. For me, being relatively young in the scene, like, I'm not the youngest band in New Jersey anymore, and, you know, I kind of miss it a little bit, but I'm grateful that there's people who are willing to carry the torch.
Yeah.
But being younger, I didn't get to see CBGBs. Like, I was too young. I wasn't going to punk shows at the time. So when we went out in 2019 and the people booking the Ska Parade tour told us that the Berkeley show was going to be at Gilman Street, that was bucket list for me because I never thought I'd see the inside of the place. And for those of you watching who don't know the history, Gilman Street is like anybody you can think of in punk rock that like has a career right now has played Gilman Street or even started there. Green Day, Operation Ivy, No Effects, the list. They literally have the whole list up hanging, and people will like clamber on each other to write their names on it.
That's amazing.
So yeah, when we went back out, I hit up the guy that booked us last time. He's like, "Look, I'm not there anymore. Email the generic booking address, and you should be able to get there." And they had us back within 6 hours. And that's, yeah, for me, that was huge. It was just like, we must be doing something right here for somebody I've never met at the most legendary punk rock venue to be like, we would love to have you back.
Yeah, that's amazing. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's huge. And where else? What would be your second fave? I love hearing where people are playing.
Second fave on this tour? Let me think about that for a second. So everywhere else pretty much is spots we haven't played before. Like, I think Gilman Street's the only repeat venue that we're actually, like, we've played here and we're coming back. I just saw somebody in the comments where in Seattle. We're playing at the Kraken Bar, and I believe that's on Thursday. Thursday the 2nd, I want to say. I'm not 100% sure on the date, but it's at the Kraken Bar with Simple Minded Symphony and one other band who I'm blanking on. I'm so sorry. There's like, so I've been running the booking stuff, so like all the bands are just running through my head. But I know it's with Simple Minded Symphony, and I know it's at the Kraken Bar.
Alicia, you should go there for your birthday. That's the day before your birthday.
That would be so cool. Alicia, you better go because you're coming on the next episode of the Stereo Joe Show. Hopefully, Remy and I are trying to put that together.
Next month, hopefully, that we're
in person. So, Alicia, we need you on the ground right now to check out Joker's Republic. We need live footage. We need an interview, and then we're gonna have it Austen on the show again. Please.
I'm looking forward to disappointing everybody.
Yes. No, dude. Honestly, every time you come on, you're solid as hell.
Oh yeah.
You always sound great. And I know what you're saying about a 3-piece. It's just honest. You know, no one's overplaying anybody. You know what I mean? It's like what you see is what you're getting. You know, like you hear the guitar. You can tell what the guitar is doing. You can tell what the bass is doing. You can tell what the drums are doing. So it's really exciting, bro. You're solid as hell. You've been playing a long time. So this is exciting, man. All right, now wait. What's your favorite song that you have ever that you've written?
That I've written. The easy answer is to say Gin and Tonic, just because I'm proud of the songwriting.
The one that you just said, and you said that's your favorite one. You said it was your best one.
I think it's my best one, and it's definitely my favorite one from a writing aspect. But my favorite one to listen to, and it's going to be a little bit self-serving, but it honestly is the truth, is Necessary Evil. And it's because Buddy from Less Than Jake is featured on it. And that's something that
is really cool.
When we went into it, we weren't expecting it. It was a very last-minute thing, thanks to Roger. And Buddy was very cool to us and put down the track. And I had originally envisioned some kind of like horn solo in that song before I brought it to the band. So it was kind of like full circle for me as a writer being like, hey, maybe your first instinct isn't the wrong one all the time. But again, it's just one of those things where I'm on a track with one of my childhood heroes, and I can still remember being 4 years old playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 and listening to You Think It's Strange That There's a Way, and just like, you know, it's really, for me, it's just a kind of a sign of how far we've come, and validating for me as a performer that somebody of that caliber is willing to put their name next to mine.
Now, do you perform any medleys?
So I can, but my band hates it.
Well, what if we did it? What if we did it now?
What, just like a
live medley?
Oh shit! All right, Sorry, can I swear?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
All right. How many songs are we looking at?
We're looking at whatever we could get.
All right.
Oh,
I want a
shit,
minimum
well,
of 3.
At least 3. Okay.
Yeah. Is it gonna go more than 10 minutes?
I don't know if I can do
Like,
that, but I can give you at least 3.
That's perfect. No, that's great. That's great. All right.
Yeah.
We'll be back. Couch Cam's about to get freaky, if you know what I mean. Remy, we're
Uh-oh.
taking pictures for you. We'll be right back. Austin Ray performing a little medley. We'll be back. Woo! Yeah. Couch Cam.
Right. Might as well start where I started there.
But you think it's strange that there's a way how you looking, how you act, and how you think. Pretend they're not the same as you. But you think it's strange that there's a way how you looking, how you act, and how you think. Pretend they're not the same as you. Do you know about her strength and conviction, or how she puts solid faith in religion? Did you take the time to really discover how little we know about each other? Keep us from saying anything, can't separate from everything. And all this really means that you're one in the crowd, and paranoid of every sound. You're not the friend we won't miss anyhow. That shit's never meant anything to me. I'm not crazy. Well, that's not true. I've got a bed and a guitar and a dog named Bob who pisses on my floor. That's right, I've got a Thor. So what? So what? So what? I've got pockets full of Kleenex and linen holes where everything important to me just does fall right down my leg and onto the floor. My closest friend, linoleum, supports my head, gives me something to believe in.
Here, get ready for this.
I don't practice Santeria, I ain't got no crystal ball. Well, I had $1 million, but I spent it all. If I could find that Hannah and tell Sancho that she's found, well, I'd pop a cap in Sancho and I'd smack her down. Well, I really wanna know, baby, what I really wanna say is I've got mine, and that's love, what it needs. Oh, my soul will have to. Do you know about her strength and conviction, or how she puts solid faith in religion? Did we take the time to really discover how little? That's me on the backside, covered in sand, metal meter in my hand, sporting a pocket full of shit. That's me on the street with a violin under my chin, playing with a grin, singing Real Big Fish. But I really wanna know, baby, what I really wanna say is there's just one, and I'll make it. Yes, I'm moving on. My soul will have to wait.
How's that for on the spot? I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
I got to
There you
unmute myself. Amazing, mind-blowing, on fire, on point, spectacular, wonderful. I
Thank
can try
you.
to say every word I could think of. Magnificent, fabulous, terrific, Wow, bro. Honestly, that was sick. On the spot, you didn't even know you were doing it. Guys, Casting Couch is naked. I can't even put these guys on the screen right now. These sickos.
Yeah, that was
They
amazing,
literally want to
man.
know what
Great
they
job.
were doing.
I used to be able to keep that going for a
Honestly-
very long time.
That was amazing.
What are you staring at, Jimmy?
Listen, what's
You're
going on
scaring
with your
me.
controller? Can you not sit on it? Buddy.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, you're doing it. Please, can you put it up top? Hey, sorry. We're having technical difficulties. But listen, bro. Don't. I'm so sorry. We just ate up all of our time. But that was
That's all good.
amazing.
Thank you.
Yo, honestly, wow. Honestly, you're going to look back on that. I don't know why your band doesn't want to do that. Can you give me the numbers?
Because I don't
You gotta
don't tell them is the thing. I just start doing it and then they're like, "Really, dude?"
You guys got to practice that. The audience would go nuts. They love that more
Mhm.
than anything. Trust me, the audience would go crazy. The bands that
Agreed.
you featured there love it.
I'll be honest with you. I kind of I knew I was going to start with metalheads, and then from there I was just like, I don't know where to go from here. Because what we used to do before the person who wrote it came out as a terrible person, we had to stop doing it. That Less Than Jake song blends perfectly with the theme song from a Nickelodeon show from the 2000s surrounding two brothers, and we'll leave it there. If you play the chords for the Less Than Jake song, they are exactly the same as that theme song. So we called it Less Than Drake.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Nick just
but then we
told
had to
me.
stop doing
He
it
simulated
because,
on
yeah.
the couch. He's sick.
But yeah,
Nick. You
no,
know what?
it's-
Don't worry. You guys are sick. Listen, don't worry about them. I'm going to keep them off screen. Austen, these two are sick over here. One of them's playing Drake, the other's playing. Never mind. These guys are coming on. Yo, you were killing it. Remy, this is a PG show. You're ruining it. I'm out of
always,
here. No,
always me that ruins it.
Nick's giving me the look. Like, it will kill me. I love you guys. Austen, best of luck. You're going to rock it. Thank you for coming on the show. I'm sorry we're ending it like this, but we love you. Thank you so much for that last thing. That was the highlight of my life this week. I love you so much. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thank
having me
you.
back.
Have a great tour.
I'll see you
Thank you.
later. All right. See you later. Guys, this show has been brought to you by Fireball. I'll tell you what, Remy, listen, I got to get the couch on. Rem, you're a
What's
part
going
of this.
on over there?
right?
I mean, I'm missing out,
Listen,
man.
you don't even want to know, but I'm going off screen because we're doing a taste testing delight. Right now, we're going to run out. Chris, we are coming to you in a minute. So we're doing a
Why
quick
is
taste.
Jimmy hiding?
No, listen, I'm off screen because I'm changing for you, Remy.
Yeah, he's getting ready to prepare for the next scene.
Oh,
No,
Putting
we're
her
doing
best
live.
lingerie for the event.
That's
For
right.
the final segment.
There's our sponsor right now. We're about to talk about a next lingerie. No, but we're doing a blind taste test. There's 3 different types of this drink, and we have to figure out.
Cerveza.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Or
I'm glad I'm
something
not there.
Foster's.
Remy, I wish you were here. So right now we're doing a beer tasting test. We have 3
Okay.
different types of beer.
Mhm.
We have Bud Light.
Modelo's and Blue Moon, and we're gonna see if Hunter and I can identify all 3 of
So
them.
right now we have our first test. So you guys can't look what you're writing. So you guys have to face away. Yeah, write it like that. Hunter, you see how he is? That's how you have to write it. Here is your first drink. We're going to take a test.
Okay.
Where did? All right, we're good.
All right, take a sip. You can't see what you're writing, so don't look. You have to down that whole sucker. No, you're
Do
doing
they
it.
both have the same one right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't say what it is.
Okay.
Right now, do you think it's either Bud Light? You can pass it back to me. Do you
Oh,
think
no,
it's
I'm gonna finish mine.
Do you think it's Bud Light? Do you think it's Modelo? Or do you think... Now, write it down.
Oh, that's right. I don't know. I've never had the last one before. I
You
do
ever
know
had
someone
Blue
who
Moon?
was a Modelo man for Halloween, though.
Uh,
He went to the bar and he bought a Modelo, and then he ended up just running out with it.
All right, guys. Here is the next one. This is the second drink. Right now, we're doing a taste test. Guys, in the meantime, while you're watching my boys drink red cups, right now, guys, I peed in this one. One of them is pink.
No wonder
Can
why
you
it's so
identify?
bubbly.
Oh, I got the fucking pee.
I wish to God that was true.
Oh.
Not that someone got my pee, but it'd just be great.
I almost spit that out. I'm not gonna lie.
Guys, I'm excited to
No, it's
announce
not good.
on New Year's Eve, we have a new single called Darkness coming out.
Oh, really?
I'm really excited about it, guys. So anyway, that's going to be New Year's Eve. We got more stuff coming out about it, but you're not going to want to miss it. Guys, was that piss? All right, guys,
Yes.
we got one more drink.
It was, and you need to hydrate because that shit was dark.
No.
All
Thank
right,
you.
guys, this is the last one. This is pee with cum.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Oh, that's what
Come on.
sorry.
Those beers.
Is that what you were doing on the floor?
I mean, you're really lucky you didn't come.
I really am, man.
Free.
Ruben did enough for us all.
You know how busy I was all day trying to produce this elixir.
Trying to produce this elixir. Get the fuck
I have no
out.
idea what that is.
All right, write it down. Guys, we're going to be doing the reveal in just a minute.
I need to
Are you
know.
having a boy or a girl? Let's see. Strike hard, strike first. That's what Nick does. He doesn't always finish, but I'm just kidding.
Strike hard, strike first. Come fast. Okay. I don't know if you can read my handwriting, but I'm ready.
Yeah, I was going to say,
All right, guys, let's reveal your bad penmanship.
All right.
All
I
right,
went
let's
with
see.
Modelo, Bud Light, and then Blue Moon.
Guys,
no.
you guys are all wrong.
What?
What?
The first one was actually pee. The
That was the
second
second
one
one.
was actually
That
Bud
was
Light.
totally the second one.
You guys are right. Fuck you.
Yes.
This was a waste. This was a waste of my life. Give me this.
It just
Give me
makes
this.
sense.
Give me this.
You starts breaking the boards over your heads.
Yeah. Let's break these boards right now. No, guys. Wow. You guys are good. You guys, that was
Easy.
impressive. All right. In the meantime, we got another interview to go to. Nick, I believe you got a music video set up for us. Rem, real quick, while they're setting that up,
Yeah.
the countdown's out. Rem, talk to me, girl. What's
going
going
on?
on? What music are you listening to lately?
Same shit I always listen to. Dave.
Yo, are
Nothing
we
new.
going to Dave or not?
When? That MSG show just passed.
Damn it.
Yeah, we missed it.
I don't want to go to MSG. I want to go outdoor and I want to tailgate.
All right, well, next summer for sure then.
You say that every summer.
Yeah, but I had a newborn this summer. Okay, you gotta cut me some slack here.
Maddie wants to go too.
Yeah, when she gets bigger for sure. But yeah, next summer we should be able to go.
Finally.
What are you
Hunter's
listening
coming
to?
too.
Is there anything I should check out?
Yeah. Right now you should check out Stereo Joe. We're releasing a new single New Year's Eve called Darkness, and you're not going to want to miss it. In the meantime, we have 17 other tracks. If you don't go, I'm going to look forever as each and one of you. Go there right now. That's Stereo JL. Leave off the E because we're extra. All right, guys. We love you so much. We got a music video in store. Let's go, Remy.
Your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your auntie, and uncle, they never loved you. Keep your head held high, but your face in the ground. Speak your mind, don't make a single sound. Don't get up unless you're getting down. How can you grow and stay the same way? Why you love me when you don't know why this could be? This could be up. This could be up. On the play game. This could be up. What can you say? Your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your auntie and uncle, they never loved you. Keep your head held high, but your face in the ground. Speak your mind, don't make a single sound. Don't get up unless you're getting down. How can you grow and stay the same way? How you love me when you don't know my heart is gonna be? It's gonna be up. Playing the game. It's gonna be up. Back in his hand. It's gonna be woo. It's gonna be woo.
All right. That was some Randy Hayes trio, and they've got some amazing music out there. But speaking of amazing music, we've got one awesome guest for you left for tonight. Let's give it up for Chris Ruben from the Chris Ruben Band.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going, man. You know, I'm actually sick. It sucks.
Oh no, yeah. It seems like this time of year everybody's been getting sick the last few weeks with the weather changing so much and us pushing into winter right now. But it's the first time you're on the show. We're super excited to have you on. Let's let everybody know a little bit about your music and who you are and how you influence the sound of the band itself.
Well, I have to start by saying that I stand taller each day with to play with the guys that I play with. Each one of the guys in my band could fully arrange music on their own if they wanted to, and that's I think what makes it so difficult sometimes. But I think that our dynamic works as such as how I kind of like I'll write the song, you know, I'll make the baby, but then we build the house together, you know. Like I I think that's kind of the best way to put it because kind of spend time with everybody individually with the song, and we kind of like grow them, and that's kind of more so the last record and the one we're working on now. You know, we were kind of like just figuring it out for the first few years there.
No, that's a great way to put it and compare it. You know, because you have the idea, but to get the true sound of the band, you get everybody's influence on it, and it really shapes what you guys do together. Keeps everybody invested and interested into it. Can you tell us a bit about the genre itself and maybe who some of your influences are?
I mean, so I guess lately, more or less, we've been saying that it's like we're indie rock. I try to kind of not have us be able to be put in any kind of box. Not that we are releasing rap records or country music, but when it comes to like funk music or rock music or blues music or pop music, like these things are all kind of like a part of what we're doing. So it's hard for me to say because it's like song by song basis, you know, like we, for years, we said we were psychedelic funk rock, but like, we're not, you know, we're a very, very little psychedelic, if any. There's definitely some funk elements to some of our songs, but at the end of the day, it kind of just seems like indie rock altogether.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I love bands that like to switch it up between the songs because it keeps everything interesting. It keeps it fresh. And it gives everybody a little bit of something that they can pull from.
Oh, yeah.
Who would you say are some of the bands that you listen to that kind of help shape your music past, whether it's current or at some point through your musical journey?
So I would say like the biggest, I have so many, but I think that the four that I feel the most comes through from me or that I'm leaning into. It's like the Beatles, Nirvana, Stevie Wonder, and Tame Impala.
Okay. And so, I know when Jimmy comes on later, he's going to talk Beatles with you later. That's always awesome to hear a little bit of Beatles influence. And that's really cool to hear that so many different bands are shaping that sound too. Because I listen to some of your music and I do hear that it's a very different sound. So I'm excited to hear what you have planned acoustically for us.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm doing some of the stuff that we are working on now, which I don't know. I hope the guys don't get mad at me for that. They don't, but I don't want to play the old shit. And you know, it's funny. The newer stuff is almost dialed back a little bit. Like we've been working with Anthony Lepardo. I don't know if you're familiar. Westfall Studios in Farmingdale. He's fucking brilliant, man. He's great. And you know, just the vibe is there working with this guy, you know, because we sat down and listened to all my demos, you know, like he really took the time to know my music with me, you know, and it's really more of, I'd say it's the same high energy sound, but a lot more keyboards, you know. I'm letting the twins kind of poke through more, because like you don't hear enough of that on the first album, and you definitely hear more of it on the short EP we put out this year. But I feel like cleaning up the guitars a little bit will go a long way in filling out the sound and kind of bring them more into the front of things, because I'm gonna start to try to write with those kind of sounds and like keyboards and stuff, you know, because it's like I've been writing with the guitar for a decade, and not that I want to stop, but I just feel like, you know, I'm a drummer really too. Like that's where I get like I think the edge of my guitar playing comes from my knowledge of the drums. You know, because I'm really not a good guitar player.
No, that's very interesting, and that's almost like a Dave Grohl-esque approach to how he took Foo Fighters. How he mentioned like he approached the same way he would with drumming, so that's really awesome to hear the way that kind of all unfolded for you. And I'm really excited for everybody to hear what you have prepared for us. Can you tell us? Do you have some new music? You said you've been working on. Is there a new album that's about to come out? Did it just come out, or is that still kind of very new in the works?
So we started recording at the beginning of November,
Okay.
and we're doing 20 songs. We're gonna be releasing them all. Like there's a few that aren't gonna be on the album that we're just gonna have as singles, but we're gearing up. We recorded all of the singles, and then we're gonna go back in April and record the rest of the record. And I had this kind of idea of a timeline of everything, but it's like I've abandoned that, and I kind of want to just do it and get it done and do it right, and kind of put time out of the equation, because we kind of pushed putting our records out, and like we're independent artists, you know, we're not signed to a label. We don't have people running promotion and doing stuff for us, so it's like we need to put the time into each release to make it, you know, more. So I figured this time to try to really do that with this one. You know, and if it takes a little longer to release it, so be it.
And I couldn't agree more with you about that, especially with the latest set of music that my band is recording right now. Spending that time to make sure it gets exactly the way you want it to be, because it's going to be out there forever. It's worth it, especially when you don't have a timetable. You can kind of be more creative and make sure that what you're putting out there is really what you're ready for everybody to hear.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean it.
And so you do have a couple of songs prepared for us tonight. Can you tell us about the first one that you're going to play?
Yeah, the first one I'm going to play is a little risky. This is a song that is going to be a single. I'm hoping that it'll come out at some point next year. It's one of the ones we recorded. This song is called Parasite. It's not really an acoustic song, but I think that's why I want to do it. So this one's called Parasite. Now, all I can really say about it is it's easy to forget who you are when you're a parasite living in paradise and you don't compromise.
Okay, awesome. I can't wait to check it out. Everybody, from Chris Ruben Band, this is Chris Ruben, and let's check out his first song. Pick Ruben.
I'm trapped inside this panic stress and I could really, really use some time. Destined to be paired with the illusion that I'm really even here. Oh God, I really could use some fun. In fact, I know I'm not the only one. Oh, but lately I'm stuck in a rut. I've been such a stick in the mud. It's easy to forget who you are when you're living in paradise and you don't compromise. You say that I'm a parasite and I'll do anything to take from you. the truth is I'm a monster, and I'll do anything I can to get a break from you. Well, you know I like to roll alone. I got the means to get by on my own. But lately I'm stuck in a rut. I've been such a stick in the mud. It's easy to forget who you are when you're living in paradise and you don't compromise. I've captured the faith, now tell me, what do? Oh, I can't advise myself, there's no way I can save you. I can't see your face, please tell me, how is this true? Oh, I wasn't ever there, maybe you should open up your eyes. Keep on stepping out of line. Well, sooner or later you're gonna figure it out and you'll get it. It's easy to forget who you are when you're a parasite living in paradise and you don't compromise. Woo.
Whoa, dude, that was pretty awesome. I definitely see the high energy behind that, and it really comes through even acoustic. That was pretty cool.
That was fun,
Yo,
man.
I gotta say, I love the riffs. I love when you're singing with the riff. Great chord progressions. Really, you were going to chords I wasn't expecting. Really well done. Really well, nice. And good to see you again. How you doing?
Oh yeah, I'm doing good. You know, would you believe fucking COVID, man? I'm trying to. I couldn't miss this show though. I missed the show last time, and I was not gonna bail on you guys again though. So like, just keep in mind, I would probably sing better if I wasn't sick.
What a trooper.
No, I love the energy. And the first time you like stopped doing the chords and went to the single notes, I was like, interesting. But then when you started to do it, I was like, yes. Like it just, and then you were going to these minor bar chords. I was like, oh, I was like, yes. I loved it. I loved it. That was nice.
Thanks.
You got another one?
I feel my band's absence on that one. Yeah, no, I do. I have another one for you. I got another quick one for you. This is another new one. This is one that we can all relate to. This one's called Money. So this song is literally this is my take on money. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's killing me waiting. It's killing me waiting here on you. You can't give me everything, but without you, what can I do? I'm so sad that I need you. In fact, I disapprove. How did I get here? Oh, what can I do? I'm so far behind. I don't even think about you. I don't know why I can't get on without you. The world is changing and you won't disappear. It makes me feel like you don't want me here. Frankly, I just have nowhere to go. I'm so sad that I need you. In fact, I disapprove. How did I get here? Oh, what can I do? The world is changing and you won't disappear. It makes me feel like you don't want me here, and you don't. Frankly, I just have nowhere to go. lights on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
Thank you guys.
And I definitely hear what you mean about people being able to relate to that one. I think that's a great thing when it comes to a really good song, is people being able to relate to the words and message behind it, and just the whole acoustic. Just there was so much energy behind that on its own. With the full band, I can't imagine how much like energy you draw on a live show.
They're amazing. They're amazing guys. And it's taken us time to really kind of get into it, but now it's like there's I couldn't, not that I couldn't see myself working with other musicians, but all the time we put in, like I don't, it would be my last resort. Just because of how closely I feel with them. And they, I'm indebted to them because they help me bring it to life, and I try to, be more giving as far as musical control goes. But I'm learning.
Hey, we had a question in the comments. Is that a pickle on the wall?
Okay, so yeah, hold on.
Pickle Rick.
Let's Pickle Rick. Yeah, hold on, I'll take you.
Pickle Rick.
I got Scary Terry too.
Yeah. Hey, look at those sexy guitar heads. Let's check out these guitars.
All right, so these are all my Strats.
Oh, all right. I love Strats.
So here we go. This is my, we'll go one by one. I got names for them, but I can't fucking remember. My brain is all fucking scrambled right now. So this,
that's like Hunter with all the girls.
Wasn't it Father of the Year?
So that's actually one of the guys in my band, Nick. His dad, John, who's also talented musician, incredible person. He does the setups and everything on my guitars, and I recommend that anybody that needs it. He's private, it's not out of a store or anything, but I can hook you up. I mean, he's just so incredible. He does such great work. I've never had it. Like, my guitars have never been better, but he did this one for me. This is actually a rebuild. This is a roasted maple neck that I bought from Fender. It's got 69 Strat electronics in it reissued. The only original part on this guitar anymore is like the body and the bridge. I had a new input jack put in on this one. My main bitch though, this is Candy. I got to change the strings on this one. This is an American Ultra Strat. Got the button, so it's got the different. I never use the fucking button though, and that doesn't do nothing for me. I just give me it straight up. You know what I mean? Straight up. Something about this guitar though, that's just this fucking butter. It's this. This is Kate. This is a Mexican. This is Kate. Nice. I put Generation 4 noiseless ones in this one.
Hey, Kate.
This is a Mexican that I had 59 Strat electronics put in. This is my sticker guitar. I got my Golden Girls. I got this. Nice. I love this fucking guitar, man. Oh man. And then my last Strat, actually, my best fucking friend ever and bass player of the band, Brendan.
Woo! Look at that neck. Ooh, I see it right away.
Wow. This is a gift that he gave to me.
Wow.
And I was like, are you fucking serious, man? Like, I think I cried. I had to cry. Probably went home and cried more than I've cried in front of all of them. But the thing about this guitar that's so awesome is that it's got in comparison to every other Strat I have, it's got such a mellow kind of sound. Like, it's not as harsh and jumpy and bitey. It's almost like I gotta, it's like I drive the amp a little more for it, but it's just got such a nice, beautiful, like smooth sound. It's not so prickly and twangy. But when you're buying a guitar, an electric guitar, I don't know if everybody always told me, if it sounds good when it's not plugged in, it's good.
I love it. It's beautiful. All right. Pop quiz. Who would win in a street fight? Paul McCartney or Mick Jagger?
Oh, Mick Jagger.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, in a street fight. Come on. If the songwriting contest, Paul McCartney will win, but Jagger will fuck him up. And I love that. And I love Paul McCartney. But Jagger would fuck him up really bad, even today.
I gotta say though, Mick Jagger was in the worst music video ever.
He was.
Dancing in the streets with David Bowie.
You watch it without the music?
Yes.
So
It's even-
weird.
That's actually good then. With
I
them-
loved it. Yeah, I thought it was so funny.
With them grunting and huffing, like when they jump, they're like, ah! Like you hear the noises when they land. It's the best.
No, it is. I'll tell you, I liked the Stones. I was always like huge into the Beatles, really all about the Beatles. But then this one time I took acid with my friend who used to do backup for Richie Blackmore, and we were at his house and we were watching VH1, and all of a sudden it was like an old Rolling Stones concert. It was like a compilation of a tour that they did in the early 70s. And I'm telling you, me and him were sitting there like it was unbelievable. After that moment, I was like, I love the Rolling Stones. I would die for the Rolling Stones. And I was like, so like at first I always felt like it was the Beatles versus the Rolling Stones, but I'm like, so no, it's all good. Like it's just all good and it's okay. There's no bad feelings, all love. So I was just like blown away by that. And that was when Mick Taylor he was so young. I don't know if you have seen the movie. It's like he has like a white tank top with the rhinestones and the lips on it. He's like 18, 19 years old, very young Mick Taylor. Just after Brian Jones, like 72, 71, I think they filmed all those shows. I don't know the name of the movie, but oh my God.
I gotta see it.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
I'm looking it up right now. I have to find out.
Yeah, the Stones have an interesting long-term body of work. But I'm like you. I'm the Beatles nut. I like know it inside out. But of course, I can really appreciate what the Stones have done. But I still say the Beatles are better.
You know what? It's
They
like
had the harmonies.
you know what? They had the
They had
vocals.
George Martin.
They had the vocals in general. Like they had
They
the
had
vocals.
27
Stones
number one
was
hits.
rock and roll. You know, Beatles were like experimental pop, like doing things different. Rolling Stones was rock and roll, and then even into the 70s, and then when you hit the 80s, like everything got weird, and it wasn't their fault. You know what I mean?
You know why I like the Beatles? They let you know what drugs they were doing every single album.
Yeah.
When they first were just drinking, they're like, hey, here's Hard Day's Night. All right. They're like, hey, we're going to smoke a little weed. Here's Revolver and Rubber Soul. Then they're like, hey, guys, we just found out what acid is. Here's Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. See, I'm on acid. I can't even talk right now.
Yeah.
They found the Magical Mystery Tour. They found cocaine. They found the White Album. I mean, come on. The White Album, I know what was going on. Heroin. We know what they were doing. They were doing cocaine, heroin. Then that's how they found out Let It Be. They were strung out, figuring it all out. Thank you, Beatles, for letting me know. They should have just called it heroin. They should have just called it coke. We know what you're doing, and I love you for it. No, I'm kidding. I love the Beatles, man.
It's called Ladies and Gentlemen, the Rolling Stones, 1972.
Really?
It's fucking amazing. You got to watch it. Yeah. It's a fucking...
I swear to God, I will. Did you see that Elvis flick?
Wait, no, I have not. Was it good?
No,
Yeah.
I've heard good things about that too.
Yeah, it's really good. They did a good job portraying him and even redoing the music, but you'll like it.
See the Weird Al Yankovic biography?
No, but we had Weird Al Yankovic's bass player on here, Stephen J.
What?
The fucking man. Yo, honestly, Stephen J was one of my favorite guests other than Chris Ruben. Stephen J was right up there. No, honestly.
I'm glad, man. I'm grateful.
No,
Thank you.
dude, honestly, you got a lot of good tunes. So where should everyone go to find your music?
Our music is on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud. I mean, we use DistroKid for distribution, and I pay $2 for the extra store feature. So, I mean, you're a Google search away. But I would say Spotify and Apple Music is where most people are listening to it, and so much higher capacity on Spotify. As much as like all the real artists hate Spotify, that's where people are listening to us, and we're fucking nobody. So it's like, you know, we take what we can get.
No, it's exciting. Honestly, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Hunter's excited. Woo! No, honestly,
Hunter, get excited, my man, because it's coming for you. The wave is real.
It's coming for me.
yeah, dude. No, you know what?
Sorry, man. I don't even
I'm
make
ready for it.
I made him do shots. Now he's all.
Hunter's
Now
loose right now.
He's shot.
My man.
I'm a great influence on people.
He's
No.
like, Hunter, come down here. I'm not telling you to work out.
I'm like, I just need to talk to you. Get over here. Speaking of great influences, who was one of your personal great musical influences? Personal.
So before I started writing music, but right around the time I knew I wanted to write music was like I was in 6th grade. And from like 5th grade to 6th grade, I had this like my music stylings in 5th grade was like hardcore gangster rap and like pop punk. So it's like that was it. I had like DMX, Jay-Z, Busta Rhymes, Big L. I had the CD book. Like I think I still got it somewhere. Yep.
Yeah. Damn, that's a serious one.
Wow.
Yo.
I was really into like Bone Thugs. I mean, I had a lot of different shit, but then I like Blink-182, fucking Sugar Cult, Yellow Card, whatever. But then my mom got me the Beatles one, and that kind of changed. I got the Nirvana Greatest Hits, the Beatles one, and Stevie Wonder's Definitive Collection, and I spent a long time with that, like a year.
Now, I'm sure you have it, but do you have
And
the
I
Beatles?
felt like I got, like I was getting got over and over. You know, I was like being like emotionally controlled by these people I'd never meet, and I was like, I have to do this. So I think that a big proponent into like getting into songwriting and like what I wanted to do with my music was definitely like the Beatles and Stevie Wonder and Nirvana, and like trying to draw like what I felt from that and try to put it all together. And that's like some songs like end up sounding a little more guitar rock. Some songs sound a little more, you know, dreamy and are have less guitar going on. I mean, I feel like in the studio, it's like guitar is the enemy, you know, guitar is like the thing that like makes everything else not okay. So it's like, unless you're going all guitar, I mean, I have a 6-piece band, you know what I mean? There's 6 of us, and it's like, and it makes you have to choose every fucking moment of each song so critically because it has to be fucking perfect. Or else why am I doing it?
Welcome, Rem. Nick forgot about you.
Not surprising.
Sorry.
Thanks, Nick.
I love you.
Yeah.
Yo, we're talking to Chris.
Talk is cheap.
I know you must have liked that playing.
I really enjoyed it, Chris. Really.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You sounded great with COVID, man. I'm impressed.
That's your COVID voice?
Yeah, right? Yeah, that was great.
No, it sucks. It definitely sucks. But I'll tell you this. I wasn't like really about getting the vaccine, but I got the vaccine because I wasn't going to be able to see my grandmother. And I take care of her like as much as I can. I take her to doctor's appointments and
That's
stuff.
understandable.
Just to like be with her. I had my uncles and we're like, get that shit. So I'll tell you this. I felt worse from the vaccine than I do now.
That was what it was intended to do.
It fucked me up, dude. I was out of commission. At least I'm here talking to you now. Like my brain.
Yeah,
like,
seriously. It was probably melted the day after, right?
Yeah, the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, it was absolute shit. I was worthless.
Well, yeah, because I wouldn't have even known you were sick if you didn't say anything.
Yeah, no, I just like I was practicing, you know, singing muted, and I think the fear of God made me sing a little better, but like I felt like I had to say something because of how my practice round was going. So
that's how our band works. Nick beats me if I mess up.
Yeah.
At least this isn't an in-person thing, or else we wouldn't have been able to do it.
No, I'm excited you came on, man. Yeah. Especially since you love the Beatles.
Yeah, I do. Absolutely.
Right away I saw you, I was like, this guy's good and smart. I knew I liked him.
He's good and yeah, absolutely.
Two good qualities to
like
have.
that assessment of me.
No, it's so funny because Bo, do you have a favorite Beatle?
No, because I like the Beatles and any of theirs. I like John Lennon's solo music the best, but not enough to call him my favorite Beatle. I think that it was the effort that came out of all of them. As fucked up as it was for some of them and how shitty George felt half the time. Like, I just think that without anyone, you remove one and it's just not. Even Ringo. Ringo is fucking amazing. I saw Ringo here on Long Island. He played in my hometown at the Penny Saver Amphitheater.
That's
so I couldn't even stay for his whole show, which I was, upset about. But I had this thing booked for a while that I had to get to that I arrived at the right time. But I'm telling you, I got what I needed because he played What Goes On. What goes on in your
mind.
I was like, oh my fucking God. I was like, I'm watching a Beatle right now. I never thought I would see any of them.
What album is that off of? That's one of the earlier ones.
Rubber Soul.
Really?
What goes on is Rubber Soul.
I love that they gave him one song an album. Act Naturally.
And then the White Album, you got two.
One a disc.
Yeah, still one.
Because that's what they did, which I thought was special. And then George had his two, and then they had the rest. And dude, they were just so
work. I think he needed the other Beatles though, where everyone was kind of gassing him up. Like, it was about all of them. And when they fell apart, that was it.
I couldn't agree. I have the Beatles reunion though.
Yeah.
Instead of George Harrison on guitar, Eric Clapton. They're related. He was on the White Album.
Yeah.
Married his wife. Close, right? They were friends. Boom. And then instead of John Lennon, Julian Lennon.
Okay. Yeah, no, that was great.
Boom, Beatles reunion.
No Paul.
And now listen, Rem, I gotta get a little controversial. Chris doesn't love John Mayer.
I don't not love. I mean, okay, I don't love him.
That's it.
You're lost, Chris. You're lost.
John Mayer is fucking fantastic guitar player, great songwriter. He's got a good voice. He's just as good on the piano as he is on the guitar too. I don't know if you knew that, but
he's talented.
Yeah, he's very, very talented, and I don't think anything badly of him. You know what it is? It's like we're definitely different people. If you listen to my music and you listen to his, it's like why do we even make music, right? It's like to express ourselves, and I think that it's like when you relate to someone, like me and him, like maybe we'd be friends because we're different enough. But like at the same time, I listen to some of his music and I'm like, come on.
Well, I feel the same way. I listen to it.
I'll tell you
Come
what.
on, man.
His blue light shit does make me want to fight someone.
Yeah.
It's so grandpa rock. Like I felt like my
Makes you want to fight someone.
I really I enjoy like the live trio album that he has. Like
that's a great one.
Like him just ripping it up and them jamming. Like I like stuff like that. I take part. My friend Andrelea, fucking amazing bass player. She holds a show called Empathology, and it's once a week. And it's like all the people from different bands in our community, like the real more cat-like players, the guys that can get up and just listen, and guys and girls and everybody, they, him, who, everybody gets up there and rips it up. And it's all improvised. It's all in the moment. And I think that, granted, somebody with a stage show like John Mayer, it's not very improvised that much, but that is the kind of energy that I get from that music. And like that is like, I'll go out and play like that. So to listen to that, like, and, just the more of the sob rock stuff, like, I don't know, the more I listen to it, the more I like it, but the less I want to listen to it.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, Continuum was a great album. It kind of went downhill after that, though. He did an album in Montana, which I really enjoyed.
No,
I
what's this
Uncle Warfare by myself?
What's this Uncle Scooby's Shipwreck song?
I love that song. I made you listen to that. It's
no, worst song ever. What's it called?
I love it. Of course I'm blanking on it.
Yeah,
Uncle
good.
Scooby.
You're saving people for years.
Walt Grace's like Walt something's Last
Submarine?
Submarine, 1967 or something like that.
It's called
I'll tell you,
I Almost Killed Myself.
Heavier
I
Things,
love that song. Shut up.
Heavier Things is my favorite John Mayer album, and I
Now
think
that's big.
Wheel
That's a good album.
might be my
Bigger than
favorite.
my body.
Marshmallow in Wheel.
Wheel is a really good song.
Like I remember, I was a teenager. I was in my room at night in the dark, listening to that shit, and I would listen to it until I cried because I knew it had the power, and I needed to get that cry out. It bothered me for so long.
That song does have that power,
and it's like not heavy, like it's intense, and like that I love that.
And that's a great Almender.
But he completely abandoned that that style, and and it's like, I guess it's a telltale thing. It's like you fall in love with one thing, and after a while I kind of come back to it, and there's artists that I really liked their beginning work, and then they kind of changed, and it's harder when you get attached to music like that to look at the artist and be like, wow, they're growing and they're doing something different. Good for them. You're like, what the fuck? This sucks. I like the old shit.
Well, I mean, he also signed a 9-album contract with Columbia Records, but that contract's over now and he didn't renew. So we'll see maybe what he has up his sleeve next.
I'll say this. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. He's John Mayer at this point. Right? I mean, like, that's not like, look at what Prince said. He's like, don't let the labels own you. You sell, everybody kind of sells themselves short just to get themselves out there. And now with this like overflow of content and just the way people can reach people, it's like, it doesn't matter. It's like, you got to have big fucking money if you want anybody to know who you are, unless you've got like a bunch of diehard fans that will go out and do that for you, which like some people do. And that's fucking awesome. And I commend that because that's not easy to garnish that kind of support.
Yeah, for sure.
And, so, I mean, like, we have a great community of bands and musicians and people that come out to listen to music here on the island. I don't know where you guys are. Where you guys are at. I heard
We're in North Jersey right now, but I'm from the Rockaways, so I'm not far.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
There's more of like Long Island. It seems like Suffolk County is kind of like the breeding ground right now, like all the way out to Huntington. There's a lot of. I mean, there's just in the years I've been just here, there are so many bands that have started that just kind of keep going, and I mean, like, there's a lot here. Like, you look on Long Island for music, you'll find a lot of good stuff.
For sure.
I would agree. We've interviewed some good bands out that way. We got to get out that way. If we ever do, we're hitting you up. We'd love to hang out, talk some music, talk some more Beatles.
Yes.
But bro, thank you so much for coming on the show. Remy's yelling at me. She said, I got to go change my diaper. I'm getting old. It's time to put to bed.
I have to change my diaper, or you have to change your diper?
I'm going to change my diaper.
I think Chris is the one who's got to really change the diaper.
Yeah, I have to change my diaper. I shit my pants in that last song.
Yo, my panties, they got all wet from it. I love it. So listen, real quick, tell everyone to go find you. And
come find me. Come find me. I'm here. If you can't find me, then I don't know how to help you because I need to be found. I'm desperate. I mean, like, my Venmo is we're the band. RUBEN, because that's a thing. I get RUEBEN, I get RUBIN, RUEBIN. I mean, I'm like, I thought I placed the ads better, but the name is anyway. The Chris Ruben, we're on Facebook and Instagram. I don't have a Twitter. I've never had a Twitter. I don't really feel like Twitter. I'm not a Twitter. I'm not a tweeter. I'm just like, I'm just kind of living my life and trying not to be as on social media as much. But I just started doing this food thing, which you can find at Chris Ruben's Food on Instagram. Is me just whipping it up, cooking. Small plug. But the band is at the Chris Ruben Band, facebook.com/Chris Ruben Band, www.thechrisrubenband.com, all the Chris Ruben Band for 100 years forevermore, and thechrisrubenband.com.
Yes, guys, everyone,
so y'all better
go follow Chris Ruben. Chris, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
It was great talking to you. I know I'm a fan. Really, really appreciate your music. So thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. It was good talking to you. I hope to be back someday.
Thank you. Feel better.
Definitely.
Rest.
Dude.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah, feel better.
Thank you.
Guys, Chris Ruben. Look at Jimmy James. He grew his beard out and he grew his hair out. He looks beautiful. Jimmy, thanks for booking. Chris, you know what you're doing. You're one of the greatest hosts ever. We love you, Jimmy. James, you're amazing. Thank you.
I just do what I do.
Listen, man.
I'd be doing
Great way
what
to
I
end
do.
the show. Good performances. Remy Gale, thanks so much. Even
No,
Mateo
thank
says,
you.
damn, Jimmy. Hey, listen. I want to tell you a story. Hunter, go.
There's this one time where I was asked to come by the house,
Boom.
not told that I was going to be on the stereo.
Yo,
show,
guess what, Hunter?
and here I am sitting on the couch
Yo,
cam, and
sir.
that's my story for you.
Boom.
Several
Have a good
shots
night.
and beers.
Hunter sounds
And then I was
thrilled to
abused
be
in the
there.
kitchen.
What happens in the
Oh.
kitchen stays in the mouth. We got to go. Out of here.